Not all who achieve fame also achieve fortune, and fortune doesn't always endure. Some stars build empires that span the worlds of sports, music, and Hollywood, while for others, millions can disappear practically overnight. From Burna Boy's Grammy win and Serena Williams' $250 million legacy to Terrell Owens' perilous drop to $500,000, each story provides a different perspective on success. You'll encounter comedians who turned laughter into millions, athletes who put everything on the line, and icons who spun personal struggles into strength. Here are the wins, the losses, the surprise turn of events that show us celebrity wealth is never only about money, it's about survival. Burna Boy, born 1991, $20 million. Nevertheless, when Burna Boy was younger, his grandfather looked after the great Nigerian musician Fela Kuti. Burna Boy, like Fela Kuti in his time, has become one of the African musicians to gain international fame. As far as Forbes is concerned, he has earned a massive $20 million since he began releasing albums in 2013. Burna Boy never ceased to grind to make it to the top, and that is what has been his doing with the signing of a big deal with the Warner Music Group. In 2021, he won a Best World Music Album Grammy. His most recent album, called Love Damini, was published in 2022, his sixth original album. Amber Rose, born in 1983, $12 million. The multifaceted model, actress, and entrepreneur Amber Rose has amassed a substantial net worth throughout her career. The beautiful and interesting looks make her appear in many magazines, runway shows of the world's most fashionable designers, and feature her in some of the highest quality music videos, such as the one in Nicki Minaj's hit song Massive Attack. Nonetheless, Rose does not just triumph in the entertainment sphere. She has also successfully co-launched a clothing line called Rose and Ono and hosted a talk show, Loveline. Her streetwise business acumen and her commitment to her profession have contributed to an estimated net worth of over $12 million. Terrell Owens, born in 1973, $500,000. The former NFL star Terrell Owens has stood out excellently playing in teams like the San Francisco 49ers as well as the Philadelphia Eagles between the years 1996 and 2012 when he declared his retirement. Owens is considered one of the greatest wide receivers ever in the history of American football, and he earned a fortune in his prime. As of 2022, his wealth is only $500,000. Issues about the lack of child support contributions might have frustrated the bank account that he once enjoyed tremendously, and since then must have driven him to return to the action. Relatively unexpectedly, he professionally played alongside the indoor football teams FCF Sappers and Knights of Dagon in 2022. Serena Williams, born in 1981, $250 million. It cannot be disputed that Serena Williams is considered one of the best athletes of all time, given her 23 Grand Slams. The tennis star took to the court one last time in September 2022, just a month after announcing her retirement in August. Nike has supported Williams. Her endorsement contract from 2004 was worth around $40 million. However, she has other endorsements that put her net worth at $250 million. Williams has collaborated with the Tony brand, Stuart Weitzman, and OPI, a nail polish brand. She is also an endorser for Gatorade, Pepsi, Delta Airlines, and Beats by Dre. Williams became an entrepreneur in 2019 with S by Serena. Chris Rock, born in 1965, $60 million. Chris Rock is an American actor and comedian who is one of the celebrities of the 2022 civil rights biopic film, Rustin. His fame initially emerged after he spent some time at Saturday Night Live and presented stand-up comedy shows, but he has since become a Hollywood producer and actor. His most renowned films include Top 5, Head State, and the animated film Madagascar. One of the most successful comedians in the world, Rock has so far amassed a whopping $60 million to date. It is said that when he was 55 years old, he acquired the technique of swimming. At that moment, he was already living in a luxury house in New Jersey, costing $3.85 million, which had a swimming pool. Deborah Messing, born in 1968, $20 million. Here is one of the stars of the 2022 comedy 13 the Musical. Deborah Messing, who is notorious for playing Grace Adler in the show Will and Grace. She has worked on over 40 other projects, but it was through Will and Grace that she achieved the status of a real millionaire. The show was self-run between 1998 and 2020, and she earned a simply amazing $600,000 per episode. You add all that, and you can understand why she is said to be worth $20 million. Kyrie Irving, born 1992, $90 million. Kyrie Irving is a basketball star, a superstar, and one of the finest in the NBA who plays as a point guard for the Brooklyn Nets. The Melbourne Victoria Kid earns approximately $33.3 million every year. Unless you are a Hoops fan, you may recognize him through the vaccine issue, where 2022 was pretty much 2021 all over again, with a half a zillion headlines on why he did not take the vaccine. Nevertheless, Kyrie is living the dream. He is estimated to be worth $90 million and has a 2016 championship on his resume. Shawnee O'Neal, born 1974, $35 million. Shawnee O'Neal, the TV star, received her big break with the game of being married to NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal. Although they parted ways in 2011, their love continues to emerge in her programs. She is a creator of hits such as Basketball Wives LA, and Housewives. By 2021, the reality series Basketball Wives had 120 episodes, which had established it as one of the largest VH1 reality success stories. For her work in the show business, Shawnee has a wallet full of gold at the bank to the tune of $35 million. She also has 4 kids from her 4-year relationship with Shaq. Antonio Brown, born 1988, $20 million. Fame can be harsh. Despite winning a Super Bowl and having a very successful career as a football player, most people recall Antonio Brown having an egregious on-field meltdown that cost him his employment. And get this, TMZ reported in 2022 that his fallout sells as an NFT for $1.5 million. The receipts associated with that NFT likely continue to roll with dough in the hands of others, not Brown. Since this debacle, he has reportedly gone down by a margin of around $5 million. Until he got cut by Tampa Bay at the end of 2021, he was earning $3.1 million per year. Spike Lee, born in 1957, $50 million. Spike Lee was born in Brooklyn and heard the tales of ordinary life, making him grow up with an image of film and narrative. He learned film at NYU, where he returned as a professor who inspired a new generation of filmmakers. At the start of his career, he filmed She's Gotta Have It on a tiny budget, yet it drew national attention for its fresh voice. It was followed by some success with Do the Right Thing, a movie on tension in the community that is still much debated several decades later. In Malcolm X, 1992, the film directed by Lee and starring Denzel Washington, Lee established his reputation as a director of some of the most outstanding films in America. During the years, he had created a portfolio of more than 120 projects. He directed documentaries, features, and TV films without hesitation on social themes. Having a fortune of $50 million, he lives in the Upper East Side of Manhattan with his Brooklyn office. Today, Lee remains a cultural voice, combining art with a keen sense of social order. Gayle King, born in 1954, $40 million. Gayle King started as a local news anchor and shortly later as a national news anchor with CBS's This Morning. She developed confidence by being open in the interviews, as she had no fear of asking the hard questions and maintained a warm voice. She reflects on her career and her newfound happiness as a grandmother, celebrating 10 years of hosting CBS Mornings in 2022. The King is not just a journalist, but a very recognizable friend to millions of viewers. Her penthouse apartment in Manhattan is a highly spirited place where she hosts friends and colleagues. This was even coined to the house itself when Oprah Winfrey interviewed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, which was filmed in the house in January 2021. Providing a range of television shows, including Entertainment Tonight and National Morning News, King has had a career that has also spanned television. A net worth of $40 million has seen her experience a successful career with a balanced family life. Her experience reflects how beauty, will, and confidence can produce staying power in such an occupation where memories fade and faces are bent. Jaleel White, born in 1976, $8 million. Jaleel White was a household name when he was introduced as Steve Urkel in Family Matters in the first place. High voice, glasses, and catchphrases made the character an icon in society. What is not known to many people is the fact that Urkel was not intended to be a protagonist at all, and White changed the very direction of the show. White also said that the talent that did more than comedy had to come out after Family Matters. He appeared in dramas such as Dreamgirls. He also contributed an additional role to his resume. He became part of the animated series of Sonic the Hedgehog as the voice of the new character. He reverted to his origins in 2022 with the animated holiday feature, Did I Do That to the Holidays? White has almost 100 acting credits and has been working for decades, although he has had obstacles of typecasting. Today, his work is extended with guest performances, comedy, and the production of projects. A case in point is his $8 million fortune, which was a byproduct of his fame as well as perseverance in Hollywood. Tracy Morgan, born 1968, $70 million. The road to fame began with comedy clubs in New York, with Tracy fine-tuning his comedic skills before becoming a cast member of Saturday Night Live in 1996. His character traits that were an outstep, his headlong humor, and his brash presentation were memorable on stage. Following his departure from SNL, he headlines The Tracy Morgan Show and subsequently joined 30 Rock, where he garnered a lot of accolades for his unpredictability and funny acting. This and his talent were proven when he was nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for his work. Morgan has performed in films, stand-up specials, and hosted events, among other shows, aside from television, allowing him to be a versatile entertainer. He survived 2014 when he was seriously injured in a tragic automobile accident, but he would not give up. His topical comeback was now a tale of survival and motivation, and the fans and peers appraised him. He is still performing, writing, and making audiences laugh today with a net worth of $70 million as a reminder to many as to why he is a powerhouse in the comedy arena. Milana Weintraub, born in 1987, $3 million. The career of Milana Weintraub started off in commercials, but their talent soon placed her outside of that. The first person people noticed was the mercenary AT&T salesperson. The part brought about her fame in the country, but she wanted more serious work in cinema and television. She scored parts in This Is Us and Werewolves Within, and it shows that she knows how to approach drama and comedy. She performs beyond acting since she is a stand-up comedian who lives off the live crowds and their dynamism. Her oratory platform, along with her status as an Uzbek child immigrant, is used to promote refugee rights, too. In 2016, in a mix of art and activism, she appeared in the Creative 100 issue of Adweek. She continues to combine both entertainment and advocacy as she stars in such movies as Mother's Little Helpers and Die Hard. Weintraub has a net worth of $3 million, and her career shows that talent can create activism that is important. Vanna White, born in 1957, $85 million. Vanna White spent her childhood in South Carolina, fulfilling bigger dreams than her small-town origin. Having entered Miss Georgia USA in 1978, she became a model and hoped to get her break. In 1980, she was a contender on The Price is Right, but she was not invited up on the board. That was also her eye-opener. It would not take long before she was cast in small parts in movies such as Graduation Day and Looker. White auditioned to work with Wheel of Fortune in October 1982 as its co-host, and employment became a permanent part of Wheel of Fortune within 2 months. Her style, presence, and warmth were further enjoyed by viewers, thereby keeping her in the position for decades. She proved to handle the program solo as she came in as lead host in 2019 when Pat Sajak was undergoing surgery. White has been playing for over 40 years, making her wealth up to $85 million, more than that of her co-host. Derek Carr, born in 1991, $80 million. The rise to football stardom of Derek Carr started in 2014 when he became part of the Oakland Raiders, which later became a franchise quarterback of the Leviathan Raiders as part of Las Vegas. He also guided the team into the playoffs in 2016, which was their first in 18 years since 2002. His great strength and keen sense made Carr one of the most competitive players in the NFL, who has been selected to 3 Pro Bowls. He was one of the highest-paid players in the league in 2017, after being extended under a contract that paid him more than $40 million a year. Carr is a man of guts on the playing field, and this off-field character positively draws fans to the player. Being a man of faith and family, he tends to convey the idea of finding the proper balance in personal values and success in the professional field. Now his net worth is up to $80 million, which demonstrates his commitment and talents. To fans of the Raiders, Carr is more than a player. Carr is a representation of faithfulness and determination. Al Michaels, born in 1944, $40 million. Al Michaels has been the trusted voice of sports for more than 5 decades. He began his career in 1967, steadily rising through the ranks of broadcasters. For 30 years, he worked with ABC Sports, covering events that defined sporting history. His call of the United States hockey team victory over the Soviet Union at the 1980 Olympics remains one of the most famous moments in broadcasting. Later, Michaels moved to NBC, and today he serves as the play-by-play announcer for Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video. Over his career, he earned 5 Emmys and multiple Sportscaster of the Year honors. His star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame highlights his cultural impact, reaching beyond sports. With a career built on precision and memorable calls, Michaels has a net worth of $40 million, representing a lifetime dedicated to telling sports stories millions will never forget. Roseanne Barr, born in 1952, $80 million. Roseanne Barr first gained notice in the 1980s as a stand-up comedian with a sharp wit and working-class style. In 1988, she brought her humor to television with the sitcom Roseanne, which became a cultural hit for its honest look at family life. The show lasted 9 seasons, cementing her as a household name and one of television's highest-paid stars. Beyond comedy, Barr has never shied away from expressing her views on politics and society. In 2012, she ran for president as the nominee of the Peace and Freedom Party, using her platform to push ideas outside the mainstream. Over the years, her outspoken nature has drawn both praise and criticism, but it has always kept her in the public eye. With a net worth of $80 million, Barr remains one of the most successful comedians of her generation, combining humor with fearless independence. Robert Downey Jr., born 1965, $300 million. Robert Downey Jr. is an American A-lister who featured in the 2021 documentary Make Earth Cool Again and is most famous as the superhero of the movies, also playing Iron Man in Iron Man 3, Iron Man 4, and Iron Man Endgame. Downey Jr. is one of the most successful stars in Hollywood. He has earned a net worth of more than $300 million throughout his entire career. As a bad boy teenage actor, Downey Jr. has starred in more than 90 lead films and series since the beginning of his career, including but not limited to Ally McBeal, Zodiac, and Sherlock Holmes. He has properties in England, Venice, Malibu, and Greenwich Village. Nicole Kidman, born in 1967, $250 million. The American-born Australian actress Nicole Kidman is a Hollywood powerhouse and one of the stars of the 2022 drama The Northman. She has appeared in more than 90 headliners and has also appeared in several shows, including Big Little Lies, The Undoing, and 9 Perfect Strangers, as both an actor and producer. She is also a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. Since she spent decades of her life in the film world at the top and earned an impressive net worth of $250 million, Kidman deserves it. According to Forbes, in 2019 alone, she earned an annual pay of $34 million to earn herself a spot as the 4th best-paid actress of the year. Clint Eastwood, born in 1930, $375 million. Clint Eastwood began acting in the mid-1950s and shows no signs of wanting to retire. The successful actor-director appeared in the film Cry Macho in 2021 in 2 roles. So far, his most successful directorial works are the award-winning film $1 Million Baby, which was released in 2004, and the movie Gran Torino, which was released in 2008. Eastwood was a Western flick favorite before he became one of Hollywood's most wanted directors. His fortune of $375 million is impressive, to say the least. However, we did not anticipate anything less when dealing with a big-screen star as undisputed as Eastwood. He won a medal from the Legion of Honor in 2007. Larry David, born in 1947, $400 million. Although there are reports that Larry David has a net worth of up to $900 million, more recent reports suggest the figure is closer to $400 million. Whichever the case, one thing is certain: David is one of the most productive TV writers and producers on the planet. And even now, a decade after his work on Seinfeld, he still makes dividends off his labor. 15 years after writing and producing one of the all-time great sitcoms in America, David starred in the cult sitcom series Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was a subject in the 2021 film The Bob Einstein Movie. He lives in an extravagant house in Los Angeles' upmarket Pacific Palisades. Angelina Jolie, born in 1975, $120 million. Angelina Jolie, who stars in the 2021 blockbuster titled Eternals, is a Hollywood A-lister and a global icon of beauty featured in films like Maleficent, Girl Interrupted, and Changeling, among many others. She is also known as the big-screen Lara Croft of the video game of the same name. Her net worth? Her net worth is an impressive $120 million. Jolie is known to invest considerable effort in the real humanitarian projects she is involved in, and her homes are her greatest luxuries. They say she owns the whole world, down to southern France and Malibu and New Orleans. She also has a mansion in Los Feliz worth at least $25 million, located near the Hollywood Hills. Dorinda Medley, born in 1964, $20 million. Dorinda Medley is an American television personality, perhaps familiar to you as one of the participants of The Real Housewives of New York City, which can be seen in 2021 on various TV shows, including Daily Blast Live, Nick Cannon, and Wendy, The Wendy Williams Show. The businesswoman is also a socialite based in Sandusfield, Massachusetts, who opened a cashmere business in London. Through her entrepreneurial endeavors and frequent appearances on TV, Medley has amassed a substantial net worth of $20 million. The New York Times claims that she resides on the Upper East Side, an exclusive area in Manhattan, all by herself. Her daughter Hannah is also living in Manhattan. Gigi Hadid, born in 1995, $29 million. American model Gigi Hadid boasts over 70 million followers on Instagram and was even considered one of the trendiest superstars in the fashion industry. In 2016, she was named International Model of the Year and has accumulated numerous magazine cover appearances over the course of her career, making it a historic 35 times on the cover of Vogue. She made the cover of the 2022 magazine V in an acrobatic position. Another famous figure with a reported net worth of $29 million is Hadid. As many can confirm, she was romantically involved with celebrities such as Cody Simpson and Zayn Malik. Making catwalk appearances is the primary source of her income, with her earning as much as $9.5 million a year as a model. Troy Aikman, born in 1966, $60 million. Retired National Football League quarterback Troy Aikman has been highly successful in becoming a sports commentator after his NFL career and appears in a 2022 episode of NFL on Fox. During his playing career, he won 3 Super Bowl championships and was named Super Bowl MVP 3 times. He played his entire professional career with the Dallas Cowboys. Although Aikman earned the majority of his fortune in the NFL, he continues to earn millions of dollars by appearing in various TV shows, adding to his net worth of $60 million. On the one hand, he earns a substantial amount of money with Fox Sports, which is likely a considerable sum of $7.5 million per year, making him one of the well-paid sports commentators worldwide. Eric McCormack, born 1963, $20 million. Eric McCormack is an actor who starred in the 2022 season of The Departure TV show and previously appeared on Will and Grace, among other notable Canadian-American actors such as Emily Griffith. He was also earning $125,000 per episode during his stay on the show. He has been featured in nearly 80 other acting projects, including the Netflix series Travelers and the TV series Perception. McCormack was already worth $20 million and stood to remain a busy person even after Will and Grace released its last episode in 2020. The Toronto, Ontario hometown hero kept things busy in 2022 with new projects on the anvil and appeared in 2021 films Drinkwater and Vacuums and the Whistling Pig. Al Pacino, born in 1940, $120 million. Al Pacino is not merely a brilliant actor, he is a Hollywood living legend. You might have caught him in the Ridley Scott film House of Gucci in late 2021, alongside other gifted performers such as Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, and Jeremy Irons. Pacino is an A-lister since the 1970s and a star of some of the most classic movies of all time, such as The Godfather, Serpico, and Scarface. Although he was only earning a low salary of $35,000 when he first appeared in The Godfather, by the time he starred in Part 3 of the series, he was earning $2.6 million, adjusted for inflation. Pacino has a net worth of $120 million and resides in Beverly Hills, driving a Range Rover. David Beckham, born in 1975, $450 million. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world, and it's no wonder that David Beckham is considered one of the most popular former players. Due to this, he amassed a fortune of a staggering $450 million and spends his days like a king in the company of his wife, Victoria Beckham, and his kids. An example is when this year, in 2022, the Beckhams began the year with a luxury holiday on a super yacht priced at $6.7 million. It is therefore no surprise that Beckham earned all of that money. He achieved this both through playing in some of the finest soccer clubs in the world and as a co-founder of the MLS team Inter Miami. He also garnered many sponsorships and special appearances during the years. Dwayne Johnson, born in 1972, $400 million. Dwayne Johnson is no longer a WWE megastar, but a highly sought-after Hollywood A-lister around the world. You may have co-starred with him in several blockbusters, including Jumanji and Clancy DeBeer, and he is not resting on his laurels. He has numerous other film projects scheduled this year, and he appeared as the main character in the 2022 superhero film Black Adam. Bearing in mind that the movies made by Johnson earned exceptional profits of more than $10 billion globally, it is but natural that he retained a tiny $400 million of the same to himself. In Florida, he owns a massive $4 million home, and he drives around in a sporty Pagani Huayra. Billie Eilish, born in 2001, $53 million. In 2022, TMZ reported that Billie Eilish was rumored to be the headliner of Coachella. It is another milestone in the remarkable career of a young girl born in 2001, who has already accumulated a net worth of $53 million. Unsurprisingly, she was the youngest among those who grabbed a place on the Forbes list of the 100 celebrities. By selling records, live shows, and cashing in on her popularity on social media, Eilish achieved most of her fortune. She has also produced a range of branded ukuleles in partnership with the guitar company Fender. Quentin Tarantino, born in 1963, $120 million. American filmmaker Quentin Tarantino participated in the NFT hype in 2022 and released a token based on his masterpiece of the 1990s, Pulp Fiction. Tarantino is perhaps one of the most recognizable and loved cult filmmakers globally. Still, he is also a movie-obsessed fanatic who gained fame by creating movies as memorable as Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, and Django Unchained. Throughout his career, he was privileged to work with many of the finest actors in Hollywood. He was continuously complimented on his writing, especially his dialogue, which was perfect and very realistic. He earns anywhere between $30 and $40 million per film and is worth $120 million. Russell Crowe, born in 1964, $100 million. Crowe really broke through during the late 90s and the early 2000s and quickly became one of the more bankable names in Hollywood. He made $5 million for the movie Gladiator, $7.5 million for Proof of Life, and $15 million for A Beautiful Mind, which put his career on steroids. Crowe was a powerhouse and an interrogator par excellence and made an estimated $100 million. Far from getting sleepy, he took an idea to a teeth-chattering portrayal of Roger Ailes in 2019's The Loudest Voice. In 2022, he made his way into the Marvel universe as Thor: Love and Thunder. From movie blockbuster block screening wins to individual ventures, Crowe remains a force to be reckoned with in AWG, and his impact goes far beyond the hallmarks of stardom. Dave Hester, born in 1964, $4 million. Dave Hester is a professional real estate negotiator and host of Storage Wars, who is known for his iconic newspeak response, "Yep." His creativity, sharp wit, and ability to identify brand opportunities made him impossible to ignore. He was liked and disliked at the same time, which contributed to making the show a hit. In 2017, Hester filed a lawsuit against A&E for $750,000 and then settled privately. Early in 2021, a series of headlines asked, but he was not a waning element. Instead, Hester went back to his roots, operating an auctioneering business that had an estimated net worth of $4 million. Regardless of whether he was back or not, Hester's fiery presence will always be linked with Storage Wars. His career demonstrates that reality TV stardom can create a business legacy that will endure. Eric Braeden, born in 1941, $25 million. Eric Braeden has been Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless since 1980 and is a legend in daytime television. Although his average earnings for an episode are only $5,000, there have been a total of 3,647 episodes produced so far, earning him $25 million. His charismatic persona and unforgettable storylines have cemented his legacy in the minds of many over the decades. Outside of his soap venture, Braeden made an entrance in series such as Lucky Chances and How I Met Your Mother, demonstrating his versatility beyond the confines of Victor's dramatic realm. Marshall Field's life is a testament to the power of perseverance and hard work to build a lasting legacy and wealth. To millions of fans, he is Victor Newman, and his contribution to television history is irrefutable. Jennifer Lopez, born in 1969, $400 million. Jennifer Lopez has made a name for herself as both a Hollywood actress and pop star. Selling more than 42 million albums and headlining films that grossed worldwide more than $3 billion, her movies easily rank among the top-grossing hits of all time. In 2022, she had produced and acted as the lead in such titles as Shotgun Wedding, Marry Me, and The Mother. And where dramatic acting is concerned, she scored a massive hit in the 2019 film Hustlers. With a personal net worth estimated at $400 million, Lopez is not just a successful musician and actor, she is also a fashion icon, entrepreneur, and brand ambassador. J.Lo is still known to be one of the most influential female artists in the entertainment industry after decades of reinventing herself, not only for her talent, but for never giving up and persisting. Matthew McConaughey, born 1969, $140 million. Last year, Matthew McConaughey went from rom-com regular to Brooks Brother average with Dallas Buyers Club and True Detective. His change of career was a critical success and capitalized him in $140 million. So if that's where he's being offstage, he happily lives the good life offstage in comfort and style. He has mansions in Austin and Malibu worth a combined $21 million and an enviable car collection, which includes a 1971 Corvette Stingray and a 1981 Camaro Z28. In 2022, he marked his mother's 90th birthday, reminding fans of his strong family connections. McConaughey, with a career combining acting, activism, and education, continues to surprise us with his many talents, and it is inequitable to assert that his story's most compelling elements come from his role as an activist. Susan Boyle, born in 1961, $40 million. In 2009, Susan Boyle became an overnight worldwide phenomenon when she stunned the world with an audition on Britain's Got Talent. Her enormous voice broke all records and made her a best-selling recording artist in the blink of an eye. Since then, however, she's sold an incredible 19 million albums and earned a $40 million fortune. Despite her success and fame, Boyle is still grounded. Living a simple life, she still resides in her family's home and is often seen riding in public buses. In 2021, she procedurally presented herself in River City, which was only incredibly considerate of the enduring popular demand in Britain for a cheeky geometrical reflection on her own appearance. Boyle's story is a tale of perseverance and humility, proving that genius can sometimes emerge from the most unlikely of sources. The Undertaker, born in 1965, $17 million. Mark Calloway, better known to the world as The Undertaker, is one of the most iconic wrestlers in the world. Launched in the late 1980s, his dark and unformed zombie-like character terrified fans and opponents alike. He became an integral part of WWE, starring in a plethora of events and accumulating a $17 million fortune. Nevertheless, by then in 2021, he was still appearing in WWF SmackDown and was also said to be earning $2.5 million annually, making him one of WWE's biggest paid stars. Calloway tried several characters over the decades, but inevitably managed to return to The Undertaker and develop a legacy that fans embrace and adore. He was one of the greatest wrestlers of all time and had a legendary career that was known for his exceptional personality, combative nature, and theatrical flair. Sam Elliott, born in 1944, $20 million. Elliott's gruff features, deep voice, and cowboy charm have been used to his advantage for over 50 years, first making a name for himself in the Mission Impossible series in 1966. He proceeded to star in over 100 plays and films. Elliott created cross-generation bridges between his westerns, like Tombstone, and modern hits such as A Star is Born and The Hero. In 2022, he made another hit western with 1833, continuing to make an impression as an actor. He has a net worth of $20 million and remains one of the most reputable actors in Hollywood. Renowned for his cool attitude and classic look, Elliott has built a career that is both consistent and distinguished by an approach and style that never fails to grab our attention. Mary Padian, born in 1980, $600,000. Mary Padian is a fan-favorite Storage Wars competitor who is known for her positive attitude and unique concept of reselling products. Nicknamed the Junkster, she contributed charisma and insight to every episode and quickly became one of the standout cast members in an environment where other names were dominant. Making $15,000 per episode, she starred in both Storage Wars and its spin-off, Storage Wars Texas. It is estimated that she is worth between $600,000 and $1 million, much of which comes from the show and her resale business. Instead of pursuing reality television fame through the likes of gossip dating, Padian instead prioritized her work. With her approachable demeanor and shrewd business sense, she emerges as a breath of fresh air in the realm of reality television. Sarah Ferguson, born in 1959, $2 million. The former wife of Prince Andrew has lived much of her life in the public eye. Mackenzie affectionately nicknamed her Fergie, whom she kept for even after the divorce. Although her royal ties made her a newsworthy figure, Ferguson built much of her own fortune. She was a producer, scriptwriter, entrepreneur, and co-creator of film projects and Hartmore LLC. In 2021, she made an appearance on TV to talk about her legal issues on Loose Women and Entertainment Tonight, and has remained active in the media. With a net worth estimated at $2 million, Ferguson has combined her philanthropy with her creative endeavors. Despite ups and downs and public scrutiny, she has managed to carve her own identity outside of the royal family. Diane Sawyer, born in 1945, $80 million. Featured on the 2021 TV show 9/11 20 Years Later, America Remembers, Diane Sawyer is an American news anchor for shows as popular as ABC World News Tonight, 2020, Primetime, and Good Morning America. One of the most credible employees of ABC News, she earns $22 million a year. Before rising to broadcasting legend, owner of a $80 million fortune, Sawyer worked at the White House as part of the staff that accompanied President Richard Nixon. She had been honored with numerous awards over the years, including the 2010 Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism and the 2019 Disney Legend Award. Goldie Hawn, born in 1945, $90 million. An American actress, producer, who has been around since the 1960s, Goldie Hawn was featured in the 2022 documentary Celebrating Laughter, The Life and Films of Colin Higgins. Best known for her appearances on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, she went on to star in films such as Private Benjamin, First Wives Club, and Everybody Says I Love You. Aside from her net worth of $90 million, Hawn is also known to be in a long-term relationship with fellow actor Kurt Russell, and to be the mother to the actors, including Oliver Hudson, Kate Hudson, and Wyatt Russell. She donates part of her wealth to help impoverished children through the Hawn Foundation. Chris Evans, born in 1981, $80 million. He's the guy who voices Marvel mainstay Captain America from popular movies like Captain America Civil War and Avengers Endgame. But you may know him for more than being the Hulk in action. But Chris Evans is preparing to don another iconic American role on the big screen as the Toy Story superhero Buzz Lightyear, who takes center stage in the 2022 animation film Lightyear. One of the hottest Hollywood hunks of the hour, Evans earned $300,000 for his first Captain America movie and $15 million for the last, released in 2019. Combine it all, and it's not hard to see why he's worth a staggering $80 million. Andrew Luck, born in 1989, $40 million. Former American football quarterback Andrew Luck played for the Indianapolis Colts from 2012 to 2018 and won the 2018 NFL Comeback Player of the Year award in between. For his incredible college football career, Luck was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in early 2022. Even after he had to retire at the young age of 29 due to injury concerns, Luck had managed to amass a hefty net worth throughout his time in the NFL. He never won the Super Bowl, but he attended 4 Pro Bowl All-Star games and averaged a 60.8 passing completion percentage. Elton John, born in 1947, $500 million. Sir Elton John is still selling. The British singer-songwriter had his Cold Heart collaboration with Dua Lipa go straight to the top 10 at the beginning of 2022. It proves that he's still a very relevant musician and not an artist who's sitting on the laurels after selling over 300 million records worldwide. With a net worth of $500 million, John knows all too well what it is like to enjoy the best life has to offer. He has at least 4 lavish homes in Europe and the United States, Old Windsor, England, Nice, France, and Atlanta. He travels in his own private Boeing 720 jet plane. Taylor Swift, born in 1989, $400 million. Don't be fooled by Taylor Swift's goody two-shoe image. The pop star from West Reading, Pennsylvania, knows just how much it takes to make it in the ultra-competitive world of show business. Despite still being in her early 30s, she has amassed a net worth of $400 million so far. In 2022, Tyler Morgan was celebrated when she dethroned fellow country hitmaker Shania Twain on the Billboard country charts. With her confessional love songs and catchy pop tunes, Swift is well on her way to becoming a generational figure in the United States. She has sold more than 200 million records all over the world, meanwhile picking up 11 Grammy Awards. Nick Nolte, born in 1941, $75 million. American actor Nick Nolte went off the grid in terms of movies since the 2020 release of Last Words, but he was spotted filming for a new project in October 2021. Active since the late 60s, most noted for his work in theater, the 1991 film The Prince of Tides, for which he earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. He was also known for his roles in popular films like The Thin Red Line, a war drama movie, Affliction, a thriller, and Warrior in the year 2011. Appearing in more than 100 feature films and TV series has allowed Nolte to save $75 million. Bill Cosby, born in 1937, $400 million. In case you're wondering, the subject of the 2022 documentary, Bill Cosby, Walking Free, is none other than a retired American comedian whom most people will know for his recurring run-ins with the law. During the years he was the target of dozens of accusations of sexual assault, he still ended up with an unfathomable fortune of $400 million. So before all hell breaks loose in Cosby's life, he was simply a good comedian and a TV performer. His Cosby Show is still an American classic, as is Hickey and Boggs and Leonard Part 6. Priyanka Chopra, born in 1982, $70 million. The Indian actress model Priyanka Chopra can do it all. After becoming the winner of the Miss World 2000 pageant, she carved out her niche as the ultimate Indian celebrity. After crossing the border from Bollywood to Hollywood, she caught the eye of American singer Nick Jonas, and the two got married in 2018. In 2022, she has been filming on the miniseries Citadel, which also features Richard Madden and Stanley Tucci. With over 72 million followers on Instagram, Chopra's net worth is estimated to be $70 million. She earned most of her money through several entertainment-related ventures, but also through her personal production company, Purple Pebble Pictures, which she opened in 2015. Jim Bob Duggar, born in 1965, $3.5 million. Jim Bob Duggar, an American real estate agent, TV personality, and former politician, is best known as the star of the TV series 17 Kids and Counting. Even more notably, however, is that he now has 19 children from his long-term marriage with his 17 Kids and Counting co-host, Michelle Ruark. So he is, in fact, the proud father of 19 children. He has a reported $3.5 million net worth, and that's more than enough to support the massive family. Duggar had a little bit of drama in 2021 when one of his sons was found guilty in court. However, the Daily Mail reports that Duggar and his family had a big New Year's Eve party to start off 2022 in the best way possible. Post Malone, born in 1995, $45 million. In 2022, outlets such as ABC reported that the American singer Post Malone is having issues with his label. His new album was delayed, much to the disappointment of his fans. Known for his characteristic facial tattoos and the hit singles White Iverson and Congratulations, Austin Richard Post, that's his real name, has sold over 80 million records worldwide. With a reported net worth of $45 million, Malone gets to live a lavish lifestyle and travel by private airplane. While it's uncertain whether he owns the vehicle or not, he was seen aboard a classy Gulfstream G4 private jet before, In 2018, the jet even made an emergency landing. Lisa Vanderpump, born in 1960, $90 million. In 2021, you may have seen the British restaurateur socialite Lisa Vanderpump in Vanderpump Rules, the latest of a reality television series. Before, she starred in The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Dogs. Married to the restaurateur Ken Todd since 1982, Vanderpump helps to oversee over 30 popular restaurants and bars in London and Los Angeles. But don't just assume that Vanderpump married into her $90 million fortune. Pretty much a self-made woman, she already owned her own flat in the pricey area of Fulham, London, by the time she was 19. John Travolta, born in 1954, $250 million. A bona fide Hollywood legend, John Travolta is still putting in the hours and is working in a new 2022 thriller called Paradise City, also starring Bruce Willis. Despite having a whopping $250 million in the bank and an enviable acting career, Travolta isn't thinking of retiring just yet. Arguably one of the world's most famous actors, he appeared in movies as beloved as Grease, Saturday Night Fever, and Pulp Fiction. More than owning a private jet, Travolta owns a private airport. He purchased a house with an air park in the unincorporated community of Anthony, Florida. He earned a private pilot's license by the time he was 22. Jennifer Flowers, born in 1950, $1 million. The late 2021 TV series American Crime Story, Impeachment, brought viewers back in time to the days of Bill Clinton's presidency. The show makes for the perfect opportunity to take a look at Jennifer Flowers, an American celebrity who's famous for her affair with the former president, to which he admitted under oath. After becoming the center of the attention of the tabloids in the 1980s, Flowers went on to try her luck as an actress and singer. She was in 2 episodes of Dream On and the 1999 film Play It to the Bone. In 2013, she made her latest appearance on screen on Oprah, Where Are They Now? Kathleen Willey, born in 1946, $300,000. Portrayed by the actress Elizabeth Reeser on the silver screen, Kathleen Willey was an important character in the late 2021 TV series American Crime Story, Impeachment. Being a former White House aide volunteer, she got famous by going public with the accusation that she was accusing former President Bill Clinton of assault. The Clinton scandal affected Willey's life for the rest of his life. Although she's remarkably secretive, she has made several appearances in sitcoms and documentaries about the Clintons, from 2018's The Clinton Affair to 2020's Hillary. Her reported net worth is $300,000, and she lives in Powhatan County, Virginia. Rick Harrison, born in 1965, $9 million. As of 2022, the TV star and history buff Rick Harrison has appeared in 480 episodes of Pawn Stars, one of History Channel's top hit series. Pawn Stars depicts the day-to-day operations of a family-owned pawn shop business, all the while addressing some interesting historical references through analysis of some of the objects that people attempt to sell to Harrison and his consorts. In addition to running what appears to be a very successful pawn shop, Harrison's reality series generates substantial income. According to multiple outlets, his net worth is a staggering $9 million, a testament that knowledge is power. Kris Jenner, born in 1955, $170 million. In movies and TV, there's money flying everywhere. However, few showbiz pros are as lucky, financially speaking, as the executive producers. Just ask the American socialite Kris Jenner. She was a producer on both Keeping Up with the Kardashians and The Kardashians, and amassed an amazing fortune, $170 million. The matriarch of America's best-known celebrity clan, Jenner doesn't even have the household's largest bank account. However, she's the woman credited with putting the Kardashians on the map. She also loves to do business ventures with her famous daughters, such as the Smooch Boutique, and launched a QVC clothing line. Carlos Santana, born in 1947, $120 million. Can you think of a better moment in rock and roll than Carlos Santana's unforgettable performance at the 1969 Woodstock Festival? A Mexican-American musician, Santana successfully combined influences from both nations to create a new sound that blended psychedelic rock, Latin music, and jazz into a cohesive package. Needless to say, this music icon reaped 10 Grammy Awards and made millions with his records and live performances. His net worth? A whopping $120 million. That's quite symbolic of him being so great. Often considered to be one of the best guitarists of all time, Santana is still active in the field. He published his memoir in 2014. Tina Turner, born in 1939, $250 million. The 2021 TV series, 1971, The Year That Music Changed Everything, gave music aficionados a look at what life was like for Tina Turner in her Icon Tina Turner days. Turner wasn't given the credit she deserved at the time, but went on to have a solo career in the 80s that was crowned one of the greatest comebacks in music history. Her hit album, Private Dancer, demonstrated that Tina did not require a man by her side to shine brightly. With songs as iconic as The Best and Goldeneye, she went on to sell over 100 million records, land 12 Grammy Awards, and take $250 million in net value. Nina Hartley, born in 1959, $6 million. Marie Louise Hartman, better known by the name Nina Hartley, is a famous adult film actress, author, Instagram influencer, and media figure. Going to work with several film studios and adult sites such as Exquisite, Elegant Angel, and many more, she gained early success as an adult movie star. In addition to directing more than a handful of adult films, she stars in 938. She is also the author of a couple of best-selling books. Her varied sources of income from acting, web videos, commercials, modeling, endorsements, and business have added up to her $6 million net worth. Howie Long, born in 1960, $16 million. Howie Long was a well-known NFL player and is currently a Fox Sports analyst with a distinguished career in sports, television, and entertainment. He has proven himself as a multi-talented, hard-working chap in the years since he let down his pen, wearing many hats. Aside from sports, he has appeared in a number of movies and television shows, such as a protagonist role in the action movie Firestorm in 1998. One of a series of books is by the former Raider entitled Football for Dummies. Since his entry to the NFL in 1981, he has accumulated a total net worth of $16 million. However, the majority of his wealth was earned after he had given up playing football. Nick Wright, born in 1984, $1 million. Nick Wright is co-host at First Things First on Fox Sports 1 with Kevin Wildes, Jenna Wolfe, and Brandon Marshall. Since the show's launch in 2017, he has served as its presenter, and he is renowned for his willingness to speak out on social topics, particularly race, both within and beyond the sports field. He is a product of Syracuse University and worked in other jobs before working for the network in radio. Also, he hosted What's Right with Nick Wright. According to a report in 2020, his perks as a reporter are $75,000, in addition to earning money from his radio and TV guest spots. Sean Penn, born in 1960, $70 million. While outlets like JohnKGrub.com reported that Sean Penn's divorce cost him a whopping $61 million, the fact of the matter is that this beloved American actor still has $70 million sitting in his bank account. Money is surely no issue when you've been in so many very great movies since the mid-70s, the most recent of which included the acclaimed 2021 romance, Licorice Pizza. Penn is also known for his work in masterpieces such as 21 Grams, Milk, and Mystic River. From film to small screen, he stripped on screen in the 2022 TV series, also starring Julia Roberts and Dan Stevens, titled Gaslit. Marissa Tomei, born in 1964, $25 million. In 2022, the American actress Marissa Tomei made news in publications like the Daily Mail after she broke down that she wasn't compensated for The King of Staten Island. And while everyone deserves to be paid for their work, one thing's for sure, with appearances in flicks as popular as the late 2021 blockbuster Spider-Man: No Way Home, it's not as if Tomei is struggling to make ends meet. This Hollywood veteran has an impressive reported net worth of $25 million, which should be sufficient to keep her going. She's perhaps best known for her work in the acclaimed movies My Cousin Vinny, The Wrestler, and The Big Short. Dick Van Dyke, born in 1925, $50 million. Dick Van Dyke is an American multi-talented actor, entertainer, and comedian. With an impressive career where he has received many awards, he's been a leading light in the film, television, and stage world for more than 70 years. He has been honored with various prestigious accolades, including such things as a Golden Globe, a Tony, a Grammy, a Daytime Emmy, and 4 Primetime Emmys, primarily from his acting career, which is conveyed through his varied variety of acting roles in acclaimed movies, musicals, TV comedies, and dramas. Additionally, his talents as a producer and director have played a big part in his financial success. Matt Damon, born in 1970, $170 million. The cute Matt Damon, American actor, screenwriter, and producer, has had one heck of a showbiz career. He began his acting career with tiny roles in films such as Mystic Pizza and School Ties. However, it was his brilliant move in the 1997 film Good Will Hunting, which he co-wrote with his friend Ben Affleck, that sent him skyrocketing to fame. From there, he became the go-to guy for blockbusters such as Saving Private Ryan, The Talented Mr. Ripley, and the Ocean's 11 trilogy. Talk about being a silver screen sensation. With an estimated net worth of $170 million, Matt is no doubt laughing all the way to the bank.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon